Hello, Sarah. It's Thursday, May 8th, and I've had a really, rough, long day, and I really just want to listen to This Year by the Mountain Goats on repeat while I draw. But instead, I promised you a story, and I'm going to tell you a story about me as a child. And I was going to use hand puppets, but I don't have time to edit that or the equipment to edit that right now since I no longer am renting a computer. So, yes, but I will tell you the story anyway. Now, when I was in, oh my gosh, what grade? I was like first grade, okay? I was 7 years old or something, however old you are in first grade, and we got on the subject of middle names in one of my classes with me and my friends. And so I'm this little girl and all of my friends have middle names, and they're all talking about how cool their middle names are or how lame they are, and everyone wanted to know everyone else's middle name. And I don't know if you know this, I think you know this, I don't have a middle name. My parents decided that none of the girls in my family would get middle names because when we get married, our last name will become our maiden name or whatever, and we'll have a middle name sort of that way. And that would just be easier or whatever. So I came home from school and I was really upset about the fact that I didn't have a middle name. And I was like, Mom, all of my friends have middle names. Why didn't you give me a middle name? I was distraught about it. And when I told my mom this, she was like, Katelyn, it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. I was like, Mom, everyone else has middle names. And she's like, fine, Katelyn, just make one up. No one cares. And I was like, okay. Now, as a 7-year-old, I was very enamored with Disney movies. And I was like, well, what's my middle name going to be? And my middle name changed a couple times. I think at one point it was Jasmine. I think at one point it was Esmeralda. I think mostly it stuck with Megara, because I was very fond of Hercules as a child, which is probably why I can recite the entire beginning of that movie. Anyway, to this day, mostly my older brother, Eric, likes to tease me about the fact that I made up this middle name when I was little. So whenever he's annoyed with me, he'll be like, Katelyn Megara, and I'm just like, Eric, what? Stop it! And instead, he just does it anyway. And the whole reason anyone was reminded of this is because when I made up my middle name, we did those Thanksgiving turkey things where you draw your hand and then you do what you're thankful for on the feathers. And I wrote Katelyn Megara Tillett, wrote my name on my papers that way. And my mom saved that turkey for some reason that I do not know. And we found it one year when we were going through all of this envelope that has all of my childhood memory sort of stuff in it. And my brother was like, what is this? And we told him the story. He thinks it's hilarious and does not let me live it down to this day. So I hope you enjoyed that story and it helped you be positive about this week. At least you didn't make up a terrible middle name for yourself based on a Disney princess. She didn't even actually become a Disney princess. She kind of married a demigod, except for that he gave up his rights to Olympus. I mean, in the Disney version. That's terrible. Anyway, keep being authentically awesome.